Hi everyone, this is Gabby with EcoWorthy. So today we're here in the Colorado Tiny House Festival. We sponsor one of the Renegade vans. So I'm here today with Aaron. Hey Aaron.
Hi.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Aaron. I'm the owner of Renegade Vans. It's pretty much just me. I'm working with Nolan and Marsh right now on this build, and EcoWorthy sponsored. And so we're using their electronics, their solar, their inverters, and wiring, their batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So so I'm gonna ask you something about the van's life. Okay?
Yeah.
So when did you start living in a van, and what's your motivation? What's the story? Tell us the story.
Yeah, I was living in Denver, and the rent's super high in Denver. So basically, I just started living in a van because the rent was really high. And I was painting houses, so I'd go from job to job every week, live in my van, move to a new job, and just was able to save up a bunch of money from not paying rent. And so that was my initial motivation, and then I ended up selling that van, making some money, did it again, and eventually just started building the vans. And kind of still living in them on and off. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you like living
Yeah.
in a van?
Well, yeah, I mean, I like not paying rent.
Not paying rent.
Yeah, I
So,
like that freedom that gives me because I'm not like locked down in a job because I have so many bills to pay. So it gives me financial freedom, just like I think a first step, unfortunately, to real freedom. So that's what I like about it, and it just gives me flexibility in my life.
Yeah. So I was about to ask you, like, what's the difference between living in a house and living in a van to you?
Yeah. I mean, a house is comfortable and you have a lot of space for everything, and like living in a van or a box truck like I live in, there's a lot of workarounds you have to do to be comfortable. Like in the winter, you got to make sure your pipes don't freeze. You got to have less stuff, and it's harder to keep a space this small clean. And you don't have roommates, so it can be lonely. And you're either sometimes I park outside my shop, sometimes I travel around. So it's just a totally different, like whether you're moving around all the time or if you're in one spot, it's different than a house. You can come home and like spread out and just like have a different room for everything, it's like all in one unit.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so what does the van life bring to you?
I'd say the biggest thing is feeling of like self-reliance and freedom in my life. Not freedom in the sense of like I can just go anywhere and never have to work and travel and wanderlust stuff. Freedom in that like I can make choices not based on like money so much, because my cost of living is so much lower. So I can make choices based on like what I actually want to do and pursue, rather than like bills I'm trying to pay or like a job I need to get to pay this bill. I can work less and maintain my lifestyle. So
I see.
yeah.
And there are a lot of people who want to live on the van. What do you want to say to those people who want to start a van life, and any suggestions to them?
I'd say to start small with it and like test it out. Maybe like rent a van or buy a small van that maybe you're gonna convert. It's really basic. See if you like it, and if you don't, you can sell it because it's not for everyone. And there's this image on the internet that it's this like magical thing, and like that everything will just fall into place once you start living in a van. But it's not like that at all. Like it's really a mess, and it's gonna be very hard at first. So I'd say like baby step into it, and like if you're gonna build a van, like start just with like the walls and the floor and go camp in it and like see how you might want to set it out and like take it out as you're building it if you've got a while to build it, rather than just build it how you think you want it and without ever doing it before. I'd say allow for like trial and error before you just dive straight in.
So we mentioned we sponsored Renegade, right? One of the vans. So so how did you get to know EcoWorthy, this brand?
Well, Nolan reached out to you guys because we were looking for a new company to try for all of our solar stuff, and you guys were interested. I think we found you, I guess, on Amazon probably, because you're listed on there. And then we went to your site, and then he reached out, and you guys were trying to get into the American market. It seemed like into the van stuff that I do, and I've been looking for a newer company to try some new products, like your all-in-one inverter
Yeah.
that I'd like to try, and it works good. So
Yeah, I know it really.
Yeah.
You and Nolan really like the inverter, all
Yeah.
one kind.
well, there's
Yeah.
only a few companies making them,
Yeah.
and some of them are like way overpriced. So
Yeah, right.
there needs to be more competition. So we'd love to like find a new company like you guys and put them out there in the world, so there can be more than just a couple options.
Right.
You know, if
Yeah.
it works well, that's great. And it
Yeah.
seems like it does.
So, like, what eco-worthy products are you using?
We're using 195 watt panels,
Mm-hmm.
your 3500 watt, 48 volt all-in-one charge controller inverter.
Mm-hmm. This is a whole kit.
It's all kit, all in one unit. Usually it'd be, honestly, an inverter, a charge controller, and then a converter box for the mains electric coming in from shore power. So it's all in one unit, and that's real nice. It's real nice for DIYers because they don't have a bunch of different wires going everywhere and a bunch of breakers. They can just, it's more plug and play. And typically you'd need more space. Like under here I have a bunch of different components, so we were able to figure us into a small space. And then the 48 volt batteries are smaller as well for the same amount of power.
Yeah.
We're going to have 4 batteries before. So it's compact.
So, what do you think of eco-worthy products, and what when you are using it? So,
Yeah.
what do you think? Are they working great?
They seem good. There's everything we've tried to power is powered.
It's powered.
I haven't spent enough time like looking through like what all the different like notifications mean. Like in the manual, like it'll beep at you, I think, when the solar starts charging and then when the solar stops. So I haven't squared away all that stuff. But in general, I like them, and the only thing I'd recommend is a wall-mounted monitor, a battery monitor.
Oh yeah, the battery monitor.
I don't even have one in here, but something like this, basically,
Right.
where you can have a dial and just look at it all on the wall, rather than having to open the electrical box
Right.
and look at the unit itself.
I see. So basically, you're saying like we need to have the monitor.
Yeah.
So people can adjust and they check the data.
Yeah.
And what's going
They
on
can
with
check
the
the
system.
voltage. They can
Yeah.
program if they need to, and it can either be a wall monitor or like a Bluetooth.
Oh, Bluetooth,
monitor.
Yeah.
Either one would be great. And this is a thing, like in a house you wouldn't need it because you have your, like your utility room. You go in, it's just on the wall. It's got a
yeah.
display. But in the van, since everything is tucked away, like my battery bank is under here,
Oh,
but I have a Bluetooth thing on my phone, so you need a place so you can read it without having to like get to your electrical system.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a van life specific thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
Aaron to take our interview.
Yep.
And if you have any interest, if you want to get to know EcoWorthy, please go to our website, ecoworthy.com. And thank you.
Thanks.